What's going on, everyone? So Dalton Knecht had his first game back since being traded. Right, he was traded to the Charlotte Hornets. Still going to see what happens with that. I'm actually surprised he played. Because technically the trade still could go through. The NBA could force the Lakers to do so. I don't think that that's going to happen. I would be genuinely shocked if that happens because it would just set a precedent that is not going to go well over with the rest of the teams in the league. Obviously, no one wants to stick up and defend the Lakers, but it would be a bad precedent for basically every team because it's just like, so wait a minute, you're telling us that if we do our due diligence, which is our right, and evaluate a player and put them through tests, and if we see results that are concerning for us, it doesn't matter. You're still just going to force us to make the trade. See, like how that could go really bad, and teams could not be very happy about that. So I don't see that happening. I think he's going to end up staying on the Lakers the rest of the season. I do think the Lakers probably look to trade him in the offseason. I think you might end up having to, but we'll see. Time will tell. It's early on. But Knecht was back, and he had his first game, came off the bench, and was actually solid, right? He's still awful defensively, right? Defensively, I mean, he was getting cooked all night, but everyone was. I mean, that was just such a bad game, right? Like, talk about picking a game to come back to, right? That was not a game that really set the standard or made the Lakers look like a good basketball team by any stretch. That was just a very poor game. But in 17 minutes of action, he gave you 10 points, was 3 of 7 from 3, had a steal, and was a -3, which, usually a minus is terrible, but given how everyone played last night, that was actually a very good plus-minus, right? Considering how we just got manhandled all game and just ran through. But, there was a lot of talk about how, like, hey, he's clearly having and being affected by this trade. You saw him on the bench in that previous Jazz game, and he did not look happy, right? Like, he wasn't talking to anybody. He wasn't celebrating with the team. He was going through it. And then reports came out that said that Dalton Knecht basically talked to JJ Redick and said, hey, like, I need some time to kind of, process and get through what's going through, which I get. I understand. I did a video about it. I talked about it. Yes, there is a sense of like, hey, you got to get over it, right? Like, it's part of the game. And he did, right? To his credit. He came out and he balled and he played, right? We'll dive into that here more in a minute because he did, make a statement after the game and talked about the situation. So here's what he had to say, and then we'll get into, all the ins and outs. But Dalton Knecht on the last week, it was a crazy time. Not too many people have done that and came back. But at the end of the day, I just want to hoop. I told that to JJ and Rob when I got back, that was the main thing, was I just wanted to hoop. I wanted to play, but I got in late, and at the end of the day, they said Wednesday was my return, so I was excited to come back here and play with my guys. Being honest, he didn't really look like somebody that was glad to be back and play with his guys. Not this game, but the previous game. Again, he wasn't talking to anybody. He was kind of in his own little bubble. Again, you got to go out and play, right? You still have a job to do. I get it. He's young. He's a rookie. Come in. You're drafted by the Lakers for one. So you're super excited. You're super thrilled. You're like, man, dude, I am a Laker. I'm wearing purple and gold. They're telling you you're this, that, and the other. You're the future. You're this. They go get Luka. You're thinking like, man, me and Luka for the next, 10 plus years. Like, this is great. This is incredible. Right. And you're just like, I can understand where it hurts, right? I can understand the frustration. I can understand where you are just kind of mentally, right? But at the end of the day, you still have a job to do. And you still have to show up and come to work. And you still got to do and handle your business. And, right, don't you want to, like, if you want to be a Laker and you want to stay here, right, which, how much does he want to do that now? Does he, again, Lakers very likely probably trade him in the offseason. But if you do, and you want to, Like, how do you not get traded? You become undeniable, right? You become so good they can't trade you. You become so good that they're like, you know what? Like, we can't give this guy up for nothing, right? Like, that's how you do it. You come out and you ball out, right? But he's got to do that, right? Like, otherwise, again, they're just going to trade you in the offseason. So, you better not get too comfortable, right? Like, again, I like Dalton Knecht a ton. I think that the Lakers made the right move trading him for Mark Williams. If Mark Williams were healthy, obviously the Lakers don't think he's healthy, so they decided not to go that route. But because I just think it's easier to find somebody like Dalton Knecht, who he's probably never going to be more than a sharpshooter on this Lakers team. He's just not, right? I'm not saying that's all he is. I absolutely believe that he can do more. We've seen him do more. We've seen his ability to self-create. We've seen his ability to create for others. We've seen his ability to be that off-ball movement, slasher, cutter, right? Like, he's a guy that I think, if given the right opportunity, could be a very nice player, right? To me, he's not just a shooter, but on this Lakers team, that's all he's ever going to be, right? Like, and then even when LeBron leaves, you're still going to have Austin Reeves and Dalton Knecht more likely than not, or Luka Doncic, right? More often than not, or more likely than not, right? So even then, he's probably not going to get the opportunities to be on ball and do all the things that unlock the abilities that he may be able to do. So in all honesty, Charlotte was probably best for him and his career, right? But again, I think it's easier to find a guy that you just want to. I mean, they might already have that in Quincy Olivari, right? That Mark Williams, the type of center that he is, if healthy and reaches his potential, I mean, you're talking about literally an all-star level center. You're talking about anywhere from, a top 5 to top 7 center in the league. Again, if he can reach the potential that you believe that he can. I mean, the guy essentially do everything out there on the basketball court, right? So it's just much harder to find a guy like that, and he's younger, right? So it's just like, it made sense. I get it, right? But I also understand from Dalton Knecht's standpoint of just like, it sucks, right? And but you got to get over, right? I know, I understand that that's easier said than done, but it is. It's something you got to do. And I mean, you're still getting the bag, right? You're still getting paid. You still get to play basketball. You still get to hoop. So I'm glad he did. It was really great to see him just go out there and hoop. Right? He's got guys in his corner. You think JJ doesn't get it? Of course JJ does. He was a player. He was traded a couple times in his career. Right? Like, he's a guy that gets it. He probably has support from several guys on the Lakers. Right? Rui was traded. Right? Like, Dorian Finney-Smith was traded. Luka. I mean, Luka could even talk to him. Just like, dude, how do you think I feel, man? I was the star on, I mean, I don't think he'd be all like that, but I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're Dalton Knecht and you feel a type of way, go talk to Luka. Just be like, hey, dude, like, how are you processing this? How are you doing with this, right? Again, I get it. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, you have a job to do. Show up, do your job, handle your business, and, let the cards fall where you may. Control what you can control, right? Don't worry about things that you can't control, because you can't control them. So just go out there, do your thing, and, become undeniable. Make everybody go, man, like, Lakers are foolish for trading him, right? Or, make the Lakers go, man, we cannot trade this guy. But how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. As always, this is a discussion. I pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like Dalton Knecht? Do you like his performance last night? Do you want him to stay? Do you think that they should still trade him in the offseason? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.